Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Dwi Maria, and on this video I'm gonna talk about an article that produced by Harvard Business School. So the title of the article is The Legendary Cafe, The China Challenge. So for the rest of the video, I will divide it to the article by 5 parts. The first one will be the introduction, and the second is the China challenge. The third was the internal struggle. The fourth, strategic dilemma, and the last is conclusion and lessons in global business. So I hope you guys in a good condition, and I hope you can enjoy this video until the end. So the first part of Legendary Cafe, the China challenge, is introduction. So in this introduction, there was a new era for Legendary Cafe. There was the transition Legendary Cafe, 10 billion US dollar chain with 3,500 locations, just transitioned from its founder Howard Leventhal to its new CEO Mia Foster. So before we go to the next part, in this introduction, there was a transition between the founder of the Legendary Cafe to the new CEO called Mia Foster. And then there was the brand. The Legendary Cafe known for high quality healthy food such as soup, salad, or sandwiches. And also they sold a cozy home away from home atmosphere in the US. The Legendary Cafe actually sold only healthy foods like sandwiches, soup, and salad. And also they sold about the cozy place of the cafe, especially for the people that from China and feels like home in the Legendary Cafe. And there was a conflict of the Legendary Cafe. The new CEO Mia Foster faced a major dilemma. It is the company's expansion into China is growing fast but is deviating significantly from the brand's core identity. So for the first part or the first core identity of Legendary Cafe was selling a healthy food and also a cozy places to people, especially the people that come from China. But there was a conflict when this business expansion to China is not longer to their core identity. And then the second part, it was the China challenge, Louis Chen's strategy. So the expansion Legendary Cafe in China was led by a manager called Louis Chen. Louis Chen, as the head of Legendary Cafe in China, has opened 23 stores in a very short time. So I think the head of Legendary Cafe in China, it was Louis Chen, such a good leader because he can open 23 stores in China only in a short time. But there was a problem because it has the local adaptation versus global standardization. Louis Chen believes that to succeed in China, the stores must look and taste Chinese. So it was very different because the Legendary Cafe is not selling a Chinese food or Chinese beverage, only sell about the healthy food and the cozy places. And then this was a problem because there was a local adaptation and global standardization. global standardization. And after that, for the sake of local adaptation, Chance has to change the menu. He added items like dumplings and local teas. Because of the local adaptation, he was making a new menu for Chinese food like dumplings and local teas. For the design or the places, it was about the stores like the consistent look and feel of the US locations. Some look like fast food counters, while others are high-end restaurants. So, almost the 23 stores that open in China, several places only looks like the fast food counters, and the others like the high quality of restaurant. So, that was very, what is it? Very difference of design of the place, and also it can make customer confused because what was the main design or the main theme of the legendary cafe in China. So this is the first problem, I think, because it has to be the local adaptation to open the stores in China. And after that, there was a financial performance. While the China division is profitable, the accounting and reporting methods are non-standard, making Foster and the board uneasy. So, because of the massive production or the massive profit that they get, but not followed by the, what is it, the methods of reporting, accounting every day, it was only about the profitable chance that they had, but the methods to accounting is not standard. So it can make Foster as the CEO uneasy to handle this problem. And the third part, it was about the internal struggle, because there was a control versus growth. There was a communication gap. Chen, as the leader of the legendary cafe in China, operates with a high degree of autonomy and resists headquarters interference, arguing that China is different. So he only thinks that the China has the specialty, but he not do the same thing to the legendary cafe in the US. So there was a communication gap between the cafe in China and the legendary cafe in US. And after that, there was the founder's legacy. Leventhal, as the founder, had given Chen a blank check to do whatever it took to grow. But the new CEO, Mia Foster, needs more control and standardization to satisfy Wall Street. So there was a significant vision of the founder and the CEO because they had different mindset. So it can make the business also complicated. After that, there was corporate identity. The core question is legendary a global brand that should look the same everywhere or a collection of local restaurants? So these things maybe took so many complicated problems because actually the legendary cafe in the US only sell the healthy food and also the cozy place to everyone in the world. But after the expansion to China, it only pay attention to the Chinese restaurant. So this is a complicated condition because there was corporate identity that everyone should know it has to be the same, but in the fact the two of the cafe is totally different. The fourth part was strategic dilemma. What should Mia Foster do? Mia Foster, as the CEO, is confused. What will he do to face this problem? There was three options. The option A, he has to be standardized first chance to adopt US menus and store designs. And also, he will face the risk losing the Chinese market and alienating a successful local leader. So this was a big problem because there was a risk of this option because um, if Mia Foster choose the first option, Foster will lose his customer in China because he has to be standardization of the place, also the menu. And then option B, status quo. Let Chen continue his way. And also the option B also has the risk. It was brand delusion and lack of financial oversight. If Chen choose option B, the business of the cafe will destroy, and then it will lack of financial oversight. After that, there was an option C. It was the middle path. It has to be compromised by standardizing back-end operations, accounting, reporting, while allowing front-end flexibility, menu localities. So because of the option A and option B, there was the option C that it can choose or took the middle way to make the menu and the place similar to the US cafe, but the back-end operations such as accounting and reporting has to be standard by the US cafe. So it will make a good combination because the two of this condition will be good for the business. Not only in the US but also in China. Chen as the leader will gain the customers' respect and also he can manage their back-end operations. And the fifth part was the conclusion and lessons in global business. So because of the legendary cafe of US and China, we can make a conclusion and also lessons in global business. Globalization. The case is a classic study of globalization, balancing global scale with local relevance. So, based on this case, we can know or we can learn about the globalization. I also think that this was a good lesson because we can still choose the global scale or the global style to with local relevant because if we want to enjoy the place, we have to make a local adaptation. So this localization must be good for the business owner especially. And then there was a leadership. Foster, as the CEO, must prove she can manage international talent without stifling the entrepreneurial spirit that made the China expansions possible. Uh, as the CEO, we have to prove of the managerial international talent. So she can Foster can made the China expansion possible. Okay, the last one about the closing thought. Success in international business is not just about the product. It's about managing the tension between the home office and regional realities. And I think this case of Legendary Cafe in the US and also in China make us learn about how us as the CEO or the leader can manage the service to customer and also the back end operations. And we have to make the good condition or the good way to make the customer happy and also the back end operation is happy too. Thank you. I think that was from me. That's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.